I think that it's really important for us to, as theater artists and theater organizations, to not just consume the library of existing literature, but every so often, put a book on the shelf. One of the things as a director I love to do is steal from others, and I do a lot of research on other productions and try to find cool things and steal them. There's nothing to steal on this production, so you guys got to be really creative. I think that in terms of how I approach my work, is that I often think that I'm in service, and we as the actors are in service to the play and the audience. In this case, we're in service to the playwright, the play and the audience. But it's also kind of a benefit, because sometimes, especially with contemporary plays, you're working on them and the scene just doesn't work. And and then you have to fix it. And we've all done that. We all know how to fix scenes. But we have an advantage. We can just call them and say, "Can you please fix it?" and that's a great blessing, to be able to work with a playwright in that way. The feel of the show is going to be very contemporary. It's important to me that we find a way to make it somewhat dangerous, that the play has some level of danger to it, so that we think something's at stake. It's up to us to surprise the audience. I don't think that this is a play that has a lot of car chases in it. No water ballets, so we really have to kind of keep the story moving and pay a lot of attention to that type of thing. I think that Woody Allen is the American version of Chekhov. And if you imagine Woody Allen playing every role in Three Sisters, you start to get an idea of how these plays are supposed to work, because they're hysterical, right? It's kind of like neurotic realism. And I think that this play has some of that quality to it, or at least we'll try to find it. It is funny and fun and highly entertaining. We are doing some kind of fun special effects. There's going to be a lot of blood and gunshots, and we're having cool things go on. So I think that'll be, we're going to try to entertain the audience. That's kind of what we're up to. And I think the play's lovely, and I think we'll have fun, and you guys are going to be great.
This play derives from the first play that Chekhov ever wrote. He wrote it when he was 21 years old. It's called Platonov. And he actually wrote it probably to win the, win the fancy of a famous actress in Moscow at the time. But his only sister loved him very much, and kept the manuscript. And so that eventually emerged about 20 years or so after his death. It was kept among a lot of other keepsakes that his sister had kept for him. And the problem was the play, in the state that they found it, would have run roughly about 7 hours long. It is full of everything that Chekhov would become. It is there in its raw estate. The great humor, the tremendous pathos, the deep understanding of the human situation. And I always thought, well, gee, what fun to make this somehow playable. And this is what I've done. I've updated it to contemporary United States. I try to find some equivalent to Chekhov's landowners, these people who at one time owned souls. And the only way I could do that was to think about somebody with absolute power. So the idea came to me that I would translate it to the Russian mafia. And that freed me. That really worked, because I saw that what I was doing in Act 1 is very, very derivative from a lot of things in the original Platonic. But I discovered I was creating my own story.